Hi, this is Mark Johnson from Loyalty 360, welcoming you to our ongoing Thought Leadership series. Through the Loyalty 360 Thought Leadership series, we invite you to hear firsthand insights and perspectives from the thought leadership driving the customer engagement and loyalty industry today. Today, we are speaking with Bob McDonald, President and CEO of Maritz Loyalty Marketing. Bob's career at Maritz spans over 20 years of domestic and international achievements in marketing, sales, and client relations. Under Bob's leadership, Maritz works with industry-leading brands in a variety of sectors, including financial services, healthcare, automotive, retail packaged goods, entertainment, technology, and telecommunications. In addition to his professional responsibilities, Bob is a proponent for driving business results by understanding, enabling, and motivating the people most critical to business success: consumers, sales channels, and employees. He is also a champion for corporate social responsibility. Thank you, Bob, for taking the time to speak with us today.
My pleasure, Mark. Happy to be here.
Could you tell us a little bit more about Maritz as well as your role within the company?
Absolutely. Maritz has been in the people and behavioral business for a long, long time, over 100 years, in fact. And the business has evolved through many different stages that brought us where we are today in the culmination of Maritz Loyalty Marketing. Maritz, going way, way back, was in the business, was a jewelry company that was providing watches for tenured employees way back in the 20s. And you can see how that naturally evolved into understanding how to motivate behavior of employees and channel partners, and then ultimately evolving into how do we actually engage and interact with consumers to drive the results that brands are looking for in the modern world.
Great. Bob, what is the state of marketing today?
Well, I think the single word that comes to my mind when I think about this, and I come across it quite often, is it's an incredible state of flux. For 100 years, advertising agencies had a virtual hegemony over the over marketing and marketing efforts and driving awareness of a particular brand. What we see with the incredible disruptor of the digitalization of relationships is that marketing is attempting to respond and adapt to these incredible forces that, frankly, give consumers an incredible knowledge, unprecedented knowledge, and marketers have traditionally attempted to control that knowledge. And as this state of flux is a massive opportunity, because what it provides is incredible amounts of data to allow marketers, if they embrace it, to know their consumers beyond the opportunities that ever existed for them in the past. This wealth of knowledge is incredible.
What will be the biggest opportunity for marketers in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, I think it's just that this ability to take this incredible wealth of or this to glean incredible wealth of knowledge out of the immense amount of data that exists in the marketplace. Be it from traditional transactional data that comes from traditional means to e-commerce data to social listening and social media data. We are in a time of where there's this tsunami of information that can be gained. 15 years ago, we heard about one-to-one marketing, and I think that was a dream that was probably unrealistic at the time. In the day and age that we're living in today, we have this incredible ability for one-to-one to many, to use a cliche, to provide marketers and brands with incredible knowledge, to provide consumers with the opportunity to engage with the brands in unprecedented ways, and actually share that engagement across many different means, most of all being social media.
Great. What will the biggest challenge for marketing in the next 3 to 5 years?
How to drink from the fire hose of information and to actually understand where to apply what are becoming increasingly scarce resources. Marketers of major multinational companies in North America will actually start to see, or have started to see, the discretionary dollars of the marketing spend get diverted into emerging markets, which has been, in my mind, a huge call to action to North American marketers to apply scarce resources in a more appropriate fashion. And again, coming back to the obvious answer, which is what I mentioned earlier about data and information and the incredible amount of knowledge that's at their fingertips if they can just find ways to distill it and make sense of it.
Loyalty 360 believes in the process of expectation matching. This is the belief that a consumer's expectations change based on their engagement with the brand and the stage of the life cycle they are with the consumer. Brands struggle with this dynamic and this idea, yet want to see it put into practice. Any advice to brands or marketers on how to do this?
Absolutely. I actually believe that loyalty is a big lever in this. And the reason I think so is it allows us to understand individuals. I don't mean traditional loyalty, but I think the future of loyalty. It allows us to understand individual desires, needs, wants in a way that's unprecedented in the history of marketing. And brands struggle with this because brands ultimately, and their advertising agencies ultimately, love the idea of producing big, broad-based commercials and then use the media spend to figure out which niche they're targeting. I believe that we've got this opportunity to actually target people exactly where they are in a life cycle, as you rightly mentioned, but also and where they are in age and stage, and to be able to use what we refer to as our true loyalty life cycle to actually watch the progress of particular consumers through this life cycle and identify times in which their attention for a particular brand may be waning, where they might be disengaging for a particular brand, and then being able to hone particular communications or specific communications to exactly that point in time. We've got a methodology that we've taken on, and I think it can. I think this is an incredible enabler. It's what I mentioned earlier about the ability to finally bring this idea of a brand being able to communicate to one consumer in a way that's unique and important to them in a cost-effective way.
The next question we have kind of touches on your follow-up on the loyalty idea. Most brands still struggle with creating true loyalty, but we, as you do, believe that loyalty should be the most important facet to consider in any marketing strategy. But brands still are acquiring mass consumers that may or may not be effectively aligned with the consumer, so they might not go through the funnel as effectively as if they have a true loyalty strategy in place. Can you give me your best practices of how to create a truly loyalty-centric organization?
I can. I would just echo your comments. I actually believe that, and I've been working on this belief that all marketing efforts for many of the products that we would know and buy on an ongoing basis, all marketing efforts are geared towards creating a loyal relationship. And what I mean by that is it's not just about the path to purchase. It's about the path to purchase and repurchase, and better yet, tell all your friends about it. And if you look at those steps as being critical elements of loyalty, then I would say that you can start demonstrating loyalty at the top end of the funnel. And we can start to understand, even at the awareness or intent stage, where you can start to actually, by liking something on Facebook or sharing it with my whole network, I am actually demonstrating some loyalty behaviors very clearly, even before I've transacted with the brand. And so by using some of these levers, I think I think this intelligence and methodology, you're starting to be able to recognize where you might be able to work with those demonstrating more loyal behaviors earlier in a more effective fashion.
And the last question we have for you today, Bob, is what emerging technology do you believe will have the greatest impact in helping drive more effective engagement and therefore better marketing outcomes?
I think it's got to be anything to do with social, local, or mobile is going to be an incredible quantum leap type of change in marketing space. So you take all of what we've just discussed about being able to tailor specific messages from brands to consumers. I think you take this to the next level where I know where you're walking into my shop and I know who you are and what your typical behavior has been. I know what your typical transactions have been. And I think this incredible power that would be literally in the palm of our hand through mobile devices will take us back to the day and age where we all lived in villages and my barber knew exactly what kind of hairstyle I wanted because they know me by name and they know something about my background and my family. Well, I think social, local, and mobile takes us to that same stage where there's this, if we desire it, if the consumer desires it, obviously, there's the ability to be recognized as soon as I walk in that door in a way that's, retail has never been able to do before. And I think it provides an incredible opportunity that is the next phase of loyalty, which ultimately is customer experience, which I know you believe also, Mark, which is, we frankly can't have loyal relationships if we don't know how to treat people at retail and when they're actually in live transactions with my business. I think this is a massive opportunity for marketers. And I think the technology is right there. On an iPhone or a BlackBerry and an Android, the unbelievable accuracy of GPS is really being able to track you exactly where you are, which I just think it's the next step to actually be able to recognize me as I walk through that door of that to make that purchase or to engage with the brand.
Great. Thank you, Bob, for your wonderful insight. We look forward to more contributions from you in the next year. Thank you very much again.
My pleasure. Look forward to participating in any way I can.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.